Hello. Alright, so my name is Me. My 10 minutes starts. Okay, so why should you debate? This is what I want to tell you today. And before I go on into any matters, I want you to think about these questions but honestly answer these questions. So first answer it up here in your head. Just say it. I will ask you yes or no questions and raise your hands if you say yes, okay? So first thing, do you have opinions? Anything about anything, food, clothes, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family, your societies, anything. Some of you don't have opinions, seriously? How can you function in society if you don't have opinions? Seriously. Okay, so most of you have opinions. I would say, I don't know why you don't raise your hands. But then the next question is, do you feel comfortable protecting your opinions? If somebody attacked your opinions, or you want to say it out loud to the world, do you feel comfortable doing it? All right, cool. And the next question, do you feel comfortable disagreeing with each other? Not really.
Yes.
Nobody raises their hands. Somebody, please.
So you raise yours and yes.
All right. Okay, so this is I can't understand it because everybody has a brain, right? And as human beings, we all have opinions. Because why? Human beings are actually opinionated species, meaning that you build your society based on ideas and solutions and problems. If you don't have opinions, you cannot really have a solution, right? And I see that my class and also the audience have the same ratio, like it goes down with the questions. Everyone has opinions, it's my thinking. Even if you don't raise your hands, I know that you have opinions somewhere in the back of your brain. But you don't say it out loud. Why? Opinions actually your babies. Like they're brains babies. Why don't you protect your babies? Like, I will ask my class first, but you guys just talk to each other, or you just think by yourself. But then I want all the audience here to think about why you abandoned your babies. Seriously, that's so cruel. I call it debate conundrums. It's like the rational version of love conundrums. So I want to ask some of you why, and I have answers to those conundrums. I know. So some of you, any one of you have a debate conundrums. Think why. I think you know, right? I know. Conundrums? It's like something that you don't have an answer to, like love conundrums. It means that you love that one or you like that person, but you can't approach and say it. So it's like debate conundrum. You have an opinion, but you can't say it. You know, yeah. Oh my God.
Maybe I think it's because sometimes you don't want to hurt the person you argue with because the person is close to you, maybe for example your family, and you don't want your opinion to hurt their opinion, so you silent.
What's your name? Cool. All right. So to her conundrum, I just have one answer. Why are you afraid of hurting people? Because when you see that they have a problems, or you see the solution to their problems, and you want to say it out loud, you're actually helping them in the end, right? So even if you hurt their feelings, that thing can last, right? But the problem persists. So if you don't say it, you actually hurt them in the long term. So think about it again the next time you actually encounter the same conundrum. All right, so my old friends.
Sometimes I'm afraid to debate because I don't think that my opinion can be the best, and I'm waiting for the better opinions. So that's why.
The same with love conundrum, really. Oh, wait a minute. So he has the same, like, you see that one and you kind of like, is it the one that I love? Should I wait? And then in the end, actually, no love lasts, right? So you have to say it out loud because maybe, of course, your opinion is not the best. There's no such thing as the best opinions. there are a market of ideas, and you have to say it because when you have a lot of opinions and ideas, you can approach and you discuss, and next, hopefully, you can come up with a solution. Or if you don't have a solution, it's okay because, well, I say my opinions out loud. I confess to my love, so whatever she thinks, it's up to her. Okay, so for you?
To me, I'm afraid that when I debate, I'm afraid that I make a wrong answer, and or maybe my answer is contrary to the answers of majority of people, and I'm afraid to be judged by other people.
Well, that's really everyone have the same thing. So first thing, you're afraid of being judged, right? Everybody judge. You judge people too. I know. I judge you. I judge everyone of you, and you judge me too. The moment I stand up here, but it's okay, right? What's wrong with being judged, right? The thing is, when you're being judged, you know what's wrong with you, and actually you can see that that person has what kind of thinking towards you. You can only see their reaction when you present yourself after the work, right? So just say being out. And the second thing, you said that you're afraid of being wrong or being ashamed or being embarrassed. I can honestly tell you that if you live in a world, if you live your life, you will encounter that problems all the time. So better prepare yourself in this age. Being embarrassed, being failed, it's okay. Especially when you can just be felt by saying an opinion, not by acting upon it, right? So don't be afraid of such thing. So there are a lot of conundrums, and the thing I think that these are solvable. Why? Because why am I telling you all of this? Because I'm a debater. I've been debated for 3 years. I started in Korea because in my education in Vietnam, I don't have such thing. I don't have critical thinking class in my high school. And I felt very, very sad when I see my other students from other countries having such education. And it started so late. So I feel, sorry, I cried. I feel that I want to spread this idea in Vietnam. That's why I came back. And why debating? The first thing I want to share to you is improving English. I know you can debate in Vietnamese, in any language if you want, but why you come here in the first place, right? Yola is an English institution, so everybody here, of course, must learn English. And debate is actually the best way, in my opinion, to learn English. Why? This is me debating. I know the topic of debating 15 to 30 minutes before I actually go into the round. I sit down on hallway with my teammate and prepare 15 to 30 minutes. And then I come up to the podium and speak. Sometimes if I speak after my opponent, I have to write down their speeches. I have to come up with rebuttals and arguments right away. No time for thinking. And then I have to come up and speak for 7 minutes, non-stop. And I also have to read a lot in order to prepare because all the topics are not known before. So it's a continuous way of me improving all the skills in English, and I'm being pushed by my peers because I have to go up and speak. I cannot just stand there. Even if I am shamed, I've been shamed and embarrassed my whole debate career. Seriously, they are brutal. Like they just gonna slap their hands on the tables and so loud and tell you shame. And I just continue to speak. Why? It's fine. It's okay. Who are you to shame me? I'm here to speak. Blah. Alright, so the next thing is personal values and opinions, meaning that I think this is more important. Because all of you, just like me, everybody is young. You want to establish your life values and your opinions. Because whatever you have in your 20s, actually, it carry the rest of your life. That's my thinking. So you want them to be concrete. Through debating, I answer a lot of questions. Why? Why the world is that way? Why people have different opinions and views? Why I have these opinions and views? And why you should agree with me? I think that one thing that we want to talk about is same-sex marriage. Just think about same-sex marriage, right? I think everybody has been reading a lot about this thing in the news. And I just want you to think about this, if you agree with it or not. Your opinion. Nobody, I dare you not to have an opinion seriously about this. Everybody has to have an opinion. Okay, so marriage is a religious or culture concept. Oh, that's the wrong opinion. All right, do you agree with this? Why?
Because I think marriage is like a kind of a contract to show your love with your beloved one. It's about a relationship of two people, not of a culture of the other people.
I love you, like, seriously. You're very, how old are you?
17.
Cool. When I was 17, I cannot really think that way. I was like, marriage, it's my mom and my dad. So, you're right. Everybody has a different opinion, but this is my opinion. Marriage is culture or religious concept, and that's our opinion. So let's see the next thing I want to say. Unreasonable to ask religion and culture to change its values. Do you agree with this?
Yes.
Is it unreasonable for me to ask or for her to ask? Because, of course, somebody has that opinion. So is it unreasonable to ask them to change?
No.
Okay, just think about it when you come home. Eat your lunch or having tea break. All right, so when religion and culture changes all the time, this is actually the rebuttal to this, right? It changes all the time because culture and religion actually made of people. And this is your opinion. You made of culture and religion. You made of society. So if you think that way, you have the demand to, you can demand society to change. But the last thing is, so where is the tipping point? So that's her tipping point when she said that marriage is a contract between people. She changed society in that way. For example, the 60s in America, black people actually slaves. Next slide. But how can you change society if you cannot say it out loud? So just think about it, because I don't want to give you any answer. I want it to be open-ended. And the next thing I want you to think about, do you think that I agree with same-sex marriage? Just, who say yes? Raise your hands. Me, like me, not you, but me. Like, I look very young and height, and I have 10 things, I have tattoos. Do you think I agree with it?
Yes.
Do you think I agree with it? No. Okay, I don't agree with it. But I prefer you to say I don't know. Why? Because the last thing I want to share with you, that I learned from debate to respect other people's opinion. Meaning that I don't assume how you think, even if you look that way. Even if you're 17, I'm surprised. I'm sorry, you're 17, but you know a lot of things compared to me when I was 17. But I learned to respect you. I don't want to assume any one of you having any kind of opinions or any kind of culture or religions. You don't want to ask people, what do you think? You want to ask people and say, please tell me what do you think. Because when you ask people what do you think, sometimes they just have a little bit of timid feeling. Maybe they don't want to tell you because they're afraid, like you said, that they're wrong. Fine. So the last thing I want you to think is never afraid to argue, meaning that right now I want you to go back to your home later after finish speaking now. Go back to your home, talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to anyone that you're having problems with, like you said, or anyone of you, I know that you have problems with anyone, or even society, or even you go out to the social media online. Always you disagree, but I want you to not holding back any opinions. Say it out loud. But the thing is, even if you know that or you want to, like everybody said that I can do it, the attitude. But I want you to learn how to debate. So that's why I come back to Vietnam. I want to spread the debate mindset or debate concept and also debate structures and debate skills. Meaning that you don't just never afraid to argue, you have to argue in the right way. Never use personal attack. I have seen a lot of that when I come back here. Never use personal attack. Always argue in a way that's constructive and also academically. All right, so thank you very much. I know that it's a lot of matters, but happy debating. Seriously, everyone has to have opinions. Next time, I hope that I ask you if you have opinions. Please raise your hands. Okay? Just it's your opinion.
I studied philosophy at school, and I really like debate as well. So I really like the topic. And as Lee said in her introduction, you have really, really great English speaking skills, and that really shined through. Because of debating, and you did a good job tying why debate is helpful for English. I think it would have been a little better if you put maybe some bullet points about why it's good for English up on the screen, maybe like peer influence, motivational practice speaking, inspires learning. Something short, and then elaborate on each one of those. When you first started, also the instructions were a little unclear. I was confused, and I think that's why you maybe didn't get as many hands up, but that's understandable because you just got up and maybe a little bit shy in front of all these people. What else was I going to say? Debate conundrums. I don't think a lot of people know what conundrums are. And yeah, there is some risk, of course, in sharing too much personal opinion with students. You kind of want to avoid, especially on controversial issues. But I liked how you tied it to showing that it's important to debate, to understand your own opinions and understand others' opinions, and how that inspires learning and practicing English. And I think that's a really important skill, and I think your English skills are really great.